morning, everyone. It's Lauren J. Welcome back, or welcome if you're new. I like to do get ready with me style videos using products that are new to me, or just need a little bit more love in my collection. And today, to end 2023, I am using some new items in my collection. So yay, if you want to see me try out some of the new items from the Chanel Le Beige Winter Glow, please keep watching. So once again, Chanel has done a sneaky little release that wasn't on any of our radars. So they came out with a Le Beige collection for winter, which I thought was really interesting because it is very different from the products that they've released in their regular holiday collection and their winter collection. And so I think it complements the items in the holiday collections pretty nicely. Now, Chanel has been doing this. They release little pieces of collections, and you're not sure if they're a full collection or what season they really are unless it's really obvious, like the holiday stuff. So they did this for fall, where they released a bunch of little different collections, but it wasn't really the same sort of items. The Beige collection was mostly eyeshadow quads. The Strictly Fall collection was blushes, single eyeshadows, and I think some Rouge Coco blooms or shines or whatever they are. You know, there's a lot of like little pieces that they're technically separate collections, but they all kind of work together. So I don't know what that is about. Somebody mentioned in their video that it's because the Comet Collective, which is the 3 people collaborating on the new makeup collections, haven't really released stuff. Maybe this Le Beige winter collection is their first release. I'm not really sure about that. Maybe the collections will be a little bit more cohesive going into 2024, but I'm really not upset about the way they've been releasing it, except that it kind of gives me a headache trying to, you know, keep track of when things are being released and where they're being released, because sometimes it's, you know, boutique only, sometimes it's online only. That's been the only like real headache, but I'm not upset with the products themselves, except I just decide whether I feel like they're going to fit into my collection or not. Anyway, let's get into the Le Beige Healthy Winter Glow collection. So I did make a order with the Chanel at the Wynn boutique, and this is how it came for me. I am so excited. The essay that I purchased from had actually gotten them in. I had texted her to ask if she would just let me know when they got them in, and she said, well, I can't advertise it yet, but we can sell it on request. So she showed me a few photos and I picked up a few things. So I got a bunch of goodies here, and in addition to the Le Beige items, I also picked up one of the winter nail polishes. I'm filming this the Friday before Christmas, so I'm feeling a little bit frazzled. So first off, I'll just show you, I did pick up the winter nail polish. This is the one in White Silk 167. I'm actually wearing the fall nail polish today. This is Bois d'Ile from the fall collection on my shorter nails. But I picked this one up for the new year, so I'm going to either take this off and wear this on Christmas, or maybe just wear this on the new year. This is technically the only like holiday collection thing that I've picked up. Well, let's get into Le Beige, finally. Shut up, Lauren. Show us the Le Beige. So this is the Le Beige Healthy Winter Glow Blush. I picked up the one in Rose Polaire. So this is the lightest one, or the rosiest one, and it says exclusive creation, so I'm assuming this is limited edition. It comes in this little velvet pouch as usual. You can see the color on the back, and then it comes in the standard Le Beige packaging. I don't actually have anything in this packaging because I don't have any of the bronzers or anything from the previous Le Beige collections. I have a bunch of the Water Fresh items, but nothing in this. So it does come in the Le Beige compact and opens as per usual. And this actually has a nice little brush in it. It's actually very thick. It's a light-haired brush, and it's actually very thick and kind of angled, so it is very nice. And then you do get the cover, and then on the inside you have the beautiful snowflake embossing, which is really pretty. And I've used this once before, So I'm not totally new to it, so it does have a little bit of wear to it, but I'll just do a quick swatch. This is what it looks like on the finger. And then this is the swatch right here. This is a very light swatch. But I picked up the Rose Polaire one because I did pick up two of the blushes from the fall collection. I picked up the mauve one and the peach one. There is also a mauve and a peach in this collection, so I didn't need those. However, this is a little bit different of a formula. It is not baked. I don't believe it's baked. I think it's pressed. It is pressed a little bit harder, but it does have more of a glow to it than the... Yeah, you can see right there. It does have more of a glow to it than the more matte blushes from the fall collection. So I will just show you a comparison. So this is the Douceur de Equinoxe in Beige, Rose et Mauve. And then this is Rose Polaire. You can see they are the same size. This one is 11 grams or 0.38 ounces. This one is 9 grams, 0.31 ounces. So you're getting more product than you are in the fall blushes. And the fall collection had the little brush with the darker bristles and the little cap. And of course you had the embossing. And then you can see they're pretty much the same pan size here. So you're getting a little bit more product in here than you are in this one. So this one was $65. This one is $72. So prices have gone up on these blushes. But I will say, this is the Fantasy de Chanel from the LeBlanc Spring collection. Comes in the standard size quad packaging, so you can see it is smaller than the Le Beige blush and the fall blush. And this is a baked shimmery formula. You can see it's very worn down. It's very, very glowy. I'll show you a swatch next to the Rose Polaire. You can see the two, Rose Polaire on the bottom and Fantasy de Chanel on the top in pink fuchsia. Hopefully you can see the two. You can see the very different pan size. However, this was 7 grams or 0.24 ounces, and this blush was $80. So yes, prices are going up, but they've kind of been all over the place depending on what kind of formula you get. Again, this one is different in that it is glowier than the fall blushes, so it's going to be a bit of a different formula. However, it's not baked and it's not super shimmery like this one. So when you're thinking about prices for Chanel, yes, they have gone up. They're going to go up. They go up every 6 months or so, maybe even 3 months or so at this point. However, they're still not as expensive as the LeBlanc one, and you do have to take formulation into account. And they did like a special like tie-dye baked thing with this one, and this one is pretty standard. It's just a pretty standard glowy blush. You'll see when I put it on. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking about value for money and how this compares to blushes from the past. This is the first Chanel blush that I've bought in a really, really long time. So I know there are other YouTubers who have older blushes that they can compare this to. But just keep that in mind when you're comparing it to recent blush releases from Chanel. Yes, the price has gone up. However, not as much as it does for the baked special kind of blushes. So, and I also picked up the Le Beige Healthy Winter Glow Primer. There are 3 of these. I picked up the one in Icy Beige, which is kind of like the middle range one. I've seen demos from other YouTubers with complexions like mine where all 3 seem to work fairly well depending. I picked the mid one because I wanted something a little bit more rosy, though the lightest one is Frosty White. I'm already Frosty White. I don't need that in my life. And then the other one was like a deep like golden color, which would be pretty, but I think more for the summer for me. So I picked up Icy Beige, so we're gonna do that today. I've used this yesterday, so I haven't had much of a chance to try it out. But I will say it does have the same scent as the Chanel sunscreen that came out this summer, their standard sunscreen that sort of took the place of the old sunscreen, but it has the same like It's not rose, it's like floral, sort of gardenia scented. I enjoy it. It just has that Chanel skincare scent, but it is scented. Okay, so Lauren, you've talked a lot. When are you going to get into actually putting this stuff on your face? All right, well, technically I've already started. Skincare, sunscreen, brows, and eye primer. So I am going to start out with doing the Beige primer on my face, so you can see that. And it is just your standard, you know, Chanel tube, and you can see right there, it is just like a pearly beige color. Not too thin, not too thick. And you can kind of see as I'm putting it on how glowy it is. However, it's not super, super glowy. There is a little bit of micro shimmer in here that you can see when you apply it to your hand. But that's just part of the formula. And I do have quite a lot of blemishes right now, so we'll just have to deal with that. I just want to pat some a little bit under the eye because it is a glowy primer, so I do need the light under there. However, I've not noticed at the end of the day yesterday when I used it, I didn't notice that there was any sort of like huge sparkle on my face. So I think it just acts as a nice glowy primer. You'll see the micro glitter in direct sunlight like you will with all products like this. But in just regular light, it just looks like a healthy glow. So this is an interesting release because we all know Beige is usually their summer collection, but Healthy Winter Glow is kind of a nice, cute new idea. Again, I don't know how it super fits into the winter releases because they've done the holiday collection. They also released 500 different oversized highlighters. But there are no highlighters in this collection. There is an eyeshadow palette, which they did not. They released the 5 shadow quad for the holidays, but that was more sparkly. So this one is more of a cool tone. I didn't pick that one up. I don't need another neutral eyeshadow palette. I've just really been enjoying the Beige quads so much, and I think the makeup in the Beige collection would go beautifully with the Beige quads. I don't know why I'm calling it the Beige quads. It's the Le Quatre Beige quads, so excuse me, I get my words mixed up. So I think you can see as that primer dries down, it's just a glowy primer. It's not covering anything up. It's not really changing my skin tone at all. It's just adding a nice glow. So there's that. And I do have a bit of the Guerlain Kiss Kiss Be Glow on my lips, which is a pH one, so my lips are a little bit pinker than they normally would be, but that's why. And for eyes, I'm gonna go in and use a couple of the fall single eyeshadows that I have not used for quite a while. I really do like these. I know they were not very popular with some people. A lot of people don't like the component. I think they're gorgeous and I don't mind the component. So I'm going to be using the two that I bought, which is 408, I believe this is Acacia, and then this one is 406, which is Cedre Cuivre. So I'm just applying Acacia to the outer V and brushing it in. So as you can see, it starts out deep, but then just like blends out really nicely. And yes, I have some fallout. We take care of that pretty easily. And then just blending out the Cedre Cuivre on the mobile lid. So you can see, I think they just have a really nice glow to them. They're very easy. Then I'm just gonna go in with a bit of liner and smudge that on the lash line. All right, and before we do mascara, I'm gonna go in and do my base. So I'm gonna use my Beige Water Fresh Tint in Light. And then going in with my number 7 Lift and Luminate Serum Concealer. And then I did re-up on my Chanel Noir Allure mascara. Again, I know a lot of people don't like this. It's on a lot of people's worst lists, but I really enjoy this. I don't know, it just works for me. And then going in with my Butter Donut Bronzer. The pan is getting a little bit bigger. And then finally, we're gonna go in with the Rose Polaire Healthy Winter Glow Blush from the Beige collection from Chanel. So many names. Anyway, the cute little snowflake is in there. Again, this is different from the ones that I picked up in the fall collection. So the mauve one, the coral one, those are also a little bit more matte and have a bit of a different tone to them. I also picked up the glowy blush from the LeBlanc collection last spring. So again, this is not quite as glowy, but it is a glowier blush. I mean, would I have picked it up if it didn't have the Beige packaging and a little snowflake imprinted on it? I don't know. I don't know that it's that special, but I do like the color. It is something different for my collection. And I'm just gonna show you real quick the application with this little guy right here. I don't think that's super effective. There is a little bit of, I think, a top layer that you need to get over with this one. So we're gonna put that down and we're gonna go in with a regular blush brush from e.l.f. So this is the blush Rose Polaire kind of built up. I think you can see it is super, super light and it is very glowy. However, I'm having to go in several times to pick up pigment because you're just not going to get this color on your cheeks. It's just supposed to be a light, healthy flush. And again, this is the lightest shade. It is a rosy shade, light pinky shade. So until you sort of get through that top layer, you're gonna have a very light pigment on your cheeks. You can see that's what it looks like on my finger. And then you can see it's just a super light rosy blush. But if you can see, there's a little bit of a sheen in the pan over the embossing. So again, this is a little bit harder pressed, which is not dissimilar from the fall blushes. Those were also harder pressed. So it's not going to be like the Fantasy de Chanel, which is, like I said, a baked formula, and that, you know, easily wears down. That one's super, super glowy. This one is much more subtle. I do love the design in it though, and I do love the Beige packaging. Is it super necessary? I don't know. And then just to finish up around the edges of the face, I'm going to go in with my Hourglass Ambient Loading Powder in Diffused Light. I think pretty much done with this corner, so I've pretty much got this side done, and then I'm going to work on this side. So hopefully a couple weeks into the new year, this will be completely finished. And then to finish off the look, I did pick up one of the Rouge Coco Baumes. This is in 940 Cocoon. It is a nice soft pink. Comes in the standard Chanel packaging, so not the Beige packaging. But it does have the white top. You can see it in the tube. It's just a nice rosy pink. You can see it's not quite a bright pink. It's just a nice pink. It's not necessarily neutral either, but it is very pretty. The other one that I have of this is the Sweet Treat that came out with the LeBlanc collection in May. That one is much deeper and a little bit more purpley, or a little bit more mauvey maybe. It's a little bit deeper. So I've managed to pick out a couple that are very pigmented compared to, you know, what would be like the Dreamy White or some of the other ones that are a little bit more like iridescent but don't really have a lot of pigment. So I'm pretty happy with this one. This one is still $45, I believe. I don't think these have gone up at all. Very pricey for a lip balm, but I do still have my one from spring, which I will say has lasted longer than the one that I picked up from Guerlain, even though I do love that one. The one from spring was a little bit more, I would say, matte. I would say this one is less matte and a little bit more emollient. And maybe it just is down to color, pigment, not really sure. But this one, it doesn't feel super emollient like the Guerlain one, but it is a little bit more emollient and balm-like. So guys, this is the finished look with the Beige Healthy Winter Glow collection. Stick around. I am going to show you a few of the little goodies that the SA that I bought from did send me. So if you're interested in seeing the little holiday goodies, stick around. But this is the look. Okay, so like I said, I did pick up quite a few things with my order, and I got quite a few goodies with my order. So again, this is the bag it came in, a little bigger than usual, and I got a bunch of fun holiday goodies, so let me share those with you. I got the Chanel holiday card, and I squeaked a little when I saw this because it is so pretty. Look at this. It's got a Chanel No. 5 bottle on it, and it is in tweed. It's a cutout, and this is tweed with, you know, gold and white threads in it. And then you've got this little fringe here. Super pretty. Isn't that amazing? And then you have this little like crystal star up here. I don't know if you can see the shimmer in it, but it's really cute. And then you have the gold embossed stars. Really pretty. And of course the gold embossed Chanel on the perfume bottle. But I thought this was really lovely, and it does have a little note to me on the inside. And yeah, I've never really gotten a card like this before. It's on nice heavy stock. I'm displaying it up on my little shelf over there. It's really, really sweet. And then I did get a little piece of the holiday packaging. So this was a little gift that she sent me, and inside, there's nothing inside right now, but inside there was a little card, and on the card was this little guy. So this is a little ceramic camellia, and it's actually a bracelet. You can adjust it with these little straps right here. And then what you do is you put a little bit on the back, because it's a matte back. You put a bit of the whatever Chanel perfume you want on here, and then you just wear it. And it's super, you know, it stays scented. It's glossy on the front with the beautiful camellia design, and then it's scented on the back. She sent me 2 of the little gardenia samples. So I've got 2 of these guys. Gardenia is one of my all-time favorite scents from the Les Exclusifs collection. You can see it's the little bottle right here. So this is their normal little like sample size that isn't the little perfume sprayer. So this is the 0.13 ounces. FYI, if you were sad that you didn't pick up the little Discovery Coffret of the Les Exclusifs that came out for $350 earlier this year, this is the size that is in that. Let me show you next to the Baume. And just to be cheeky, let me show you next to the Collection Privé from Dior. This is a 0.25. You get these for free with most orders over $100 on Dior.com. So this is wonderful. I love this scent. However, you really didn't miss anything if you didn't get the Coffret, because this is what you were getting. So I love getting it for free. I don't know about paying $350 for 14 of these. Spend your money how you want. Anyway, I love this scent, so I am going to put a little bit on. I'm mixing my scents today because I did put a little bit of the Mon Guerlain body cream on today. Yeah, and I'll just put a little bit on the back there. So I will say I do love these little samples. Again, I got 2 of the gardenia, so I'm super happy about that. So I basically have 0.26 fluid ounces of it, which is equivalent to one of the Dior Collection Privé samples. But, you know, I'm super happy to have this little guy. I'm sure this is a little perfume gift that a lot of people have, but I think it's just really precious and sweet, and I almost teared up a little bit when I saw it in there. I know, I'm weird. And I'm super happy to have some of the holiday packaging for Chanel with the little bottles on it and the gold. So I'll be displaying this and the holiday card all together on my little shelf. Super excited about that. And I do have some more stuff. You'd get this little box with this little ribbon on it. There was a nice little bow on there, but clearly I have taken it off. Inside was this guy. See, it says Chanel Beauté. It's just like a little like linen, cloth, cotton, I don't know, thing. And then on the inside, there is like a little, I'm not sure if this is real leather or not, but it does have the little imprint of the CC on the ends here on both sides. And it's a very, very, very long strap, but you pull it open. And then on the inside, I have my little samples in here. There's actually another inner pouch, which you can't take it out, it's in there, but it has just a regular zip on there with, again, the little embossed CCs. And then there's a little, you know, pouch on the inside. So it's kind of like a little 3-compartment, super skinny pouch. And, you know, it does expand a little bit, which is really cute. I mean, it's just basic gift with purchase, but it's super, super nice. And then you get this little hanger on here with the little Chanel, and then you turn around and, oh, it's a mirror. Hello. So I thought this was really, really sweet as well. I know there's another gift with purchase going around if you bought like the more of the Beige collection, which actually looks like the Beige compact. That looked very cool, but I was super impressed with this one. Very cute. Again, it's just a little makeup bag kind of thing you get with, you know, Chanel Beauté purchases. I thought it was really nice, so I just wanted to share that. And then I did get a whole bunch of Sublimage skincare. This little guy, and then I got this guy, like nice little glass bottle samples of things. And a lot of these are super expensive. I recently used the, is it Le Creme d'Extrait or L'Extrait de Creme? I don't remember which order that is, but anyway, I used it. It made my skin feel so good. It actually repaired it in some places. And I looked it up and I'm like, oh, this is going to be expensive. What is this? $300, whatever. I might pick it up just because it's that good. And I looked it up and it was $775. So getting these little skincare samples of Sublimage, totally worth it. This stuff is so expensive. And in past experience, it has really, really helped my skin. Now you don't get a ton. It is very stingy samples, but again, it's very expensive. And for the times that I've used it, it has really repaired my skin. So I'm hoping, I used a little bit of it last night, and I am experiencing a lot of dryness with the onset of winter. So I'm hoping that it kind of repairs my skin a little bit. Hopefully, we'll see. But it's exciting to be able to try Sublimage skincare because it's exorbitantly expensive. I just wanted to share a few things like this because this is why I purchased from an SA as opposed to going to the website all the time, because you do get to build like a nice relationship with someone. Obviously I'm buying something from them. It's not a friendship, but it is a good relationship with the person who knows you, knows what you would like, and will send you like little samples when the holiday rolls around. So I think that for me is really part of the true, whatever we're calling that, the true luxury experience. There's a lot of debate about what true luxury is these days. For me, that is part of the luxury experience, is having a relationship with an actual human being who knows you, knows what you'd like, and that you can, you know, ask, hey, is this out yet? Hey, do you have a line on when this is coming in? Or, you know, it's not necessarily like insider information, but you're talking to an actual human being as opposed to like going on the website, trying to buy something before it sells out and then hoping it ships to you in time. So yeah, I just enjoy having that relationship with someone at a boutique. I know not everyone has access to a boutique. I don't have one here in my city. This again is from the Las Vegas Chanel at the Wynn. So, you know, it's in a big city, they're gonna get a lot of traffic, and people take time off, and people aren't in the office all the time, and there's a time difference. And so those are all just things that you have to deal with as a human being dealing with another human being. And again, that's part of the luxury experience, is actually dealing with another human being that day. These days, isn't that crazy these days? Like, just dealing with another human being is considered part of a luxury experience. But anyway, shout out to the SA at the Wynn. She's amazing. And I'm so happy to have all these little goodies and things. And, you know, this is the look. This is the look. Make of that what you will. Again, not products that are like super blowing anybody's socks off, but I think they're nice for the winter. It's a nice, cute little collection. To me, it is more interesting than the holiday collection. I know people love that eyeshadow palette. I don't have a need for it. I have the Lorac Noir palette. I have those shades. And going into 2024, I'm going to be picking and choosing a lot of the collections, a lot of the items that I bring into my collection, things that complement what I already have. I am excited for the Guerlain Spring 2024 collection. I've seen those lip oils. I'm excited about those lip oils. And I'm wondering if they'll do a Lunar New Year collection. I haven't seen anything. So let me know what you think about the Chanel Healthy Glow. I hope you had a wonderful holiday if you celebrate, and that you have a good new year too. And I will see you in 2024, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Any of those would be welcome. All of them would be deeply, deeply appreciated.